Hi, everyone. This is Pam. I just wanted to give a big shout out for this beautiful Thanksgiving Day and wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you are spending a wonderful time with your friends and your family, and that you're eating a lot of food and having amazing wine and just great conversations. That's what I love to do on Thanksgiving. And, this is all about gratitude and giving back. So I have a great quote on gratitude that I'd love to read to you. Gratitude helps us to recognize we have so much to be thankful for, even all the little things, which often we may forget to thank Him for, but they really are the biggest, most important things in life. It takes our attention off of our problems and helps us instead to reflect on, to remember the goodness of His many blessings. Oh, I just love that. I feel so blessed to have all of you in my life. I appreciate all of you that are listening to my podcast and enjoying the information that I'm sharing with you that I've learned over the last 2 decades of being in the industry of network marketing, but many more decades on just life itself. I am so thankful that this information is doing so much good for you. I'm getting a lot of really positive feedback. So thanks again for that. And I just want to give a big shout out to the people that helped me, Stephanie Rowland on the website development, Joel Caro on helping me with insights and tips and social media, and to my favorite and only son-in-law, Scott Dixon, for all the hard work that he does in putting the podcast together. It's just a tremendous amount of effort and energy there, and I appreciate all of you. So have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your friends and family. Enjoy every single moment of it. Take time to be thankful, to walk in gratitude, and watch how that changes your everyday life. Happy Thanksgiving.
This is the Pam Souter Podcast. With over 2 decades of field and corporate experience and voted one of the most influential women in direct selling, Pam helps mesh the daily needs of distributors to everyday life challenges. It's time to get over yourself, fire up your productivity, work less, and live more. Learn the self-limiting #F-bombs holding you back, fear, frustration, and failures, and turn those F-bombs into friendships, fun, and freedom. Ready? Let's get this party started.
Welcome to this week's podcast. I am going to be talking about getting over yourself. A lot of you ask me, what do I mean by that? You've actually heard me tell you to get over yourself. And I feel honored if I can say it to you. And what the heck does that mean? Getting over yourself, to me, is getting over those self-limiting beliefs. These are beliefs that we keep thinking over and over and over again. And where do those beliefs come from? That's a great question too. So if we're together, whether it's via phone, Zoom, in person, and you hear me say to you, well, you need to get over yourself. What I mean by that is that conversation that we just had tells me that you have a self-limiting belief that's holding you back from creating your dreams, creating the business that you want, creating that lifestyle that you want and so rightly deserve. And how do I know this? I had to get over myself so many times and still do. It's a work in progress. It's interesting how we go through life and we think, well, we've arrived, and then here comes something else. And that something else kind of derails us. And we think, well, wait a minute, I'm here. Why did this just happen? I just call it wisdom. We're here to learn wisdom. We're here to grow. We're not here to be stale and stagnant and stay in the same place all the time. We're here to get over different aspects of life so that we can go to that next level. So if you've got something coming up all the time in that brain of yours, that beautiful, creative brain, if it's coming up, but it feels bad, it doesn't feel right, and it makes you feel all icky inside, to me, that's not the truth. And I always ask myself, is this true about me? Is this thought that just came in, and then here comes another one, and here comes another one, and here comes another one, and it's stopping me from feeling good about myself, and it's preventing me from creating that dream that I want, then typically that thought is not true. Because if it was, I wouldn't feel bad. That's interesting too. So we're together, and typically I'll ask someone, hey, rant for 3 to 4 minutes. And as they're ranting and telling me everything that's going wrong, I'm actually writing down keywords that I hear coming out of their mouth that they don't even realize that they're saying. And so these are vital elements that I can look at and kind of pinpoint some things of what's going on. So you can do this exercise on your own. Actually sit down with a pen and piece of paper and start ranting. Start just talking about and writing about what is not working. What's going on? Why do you feel this way? Why can't you move to the next level? Why can't you create that dream income? Why can't you promote? Why can't you even start? Why haven't I even started? So many of you haven't even started, and you're waiting for that magical wand or that perfect video or that book to get you started, when it goes back to getting over whatever it is that's causing you to not go after it. And this is something that you can discover within you. So sit down and write it out. Just start writing. Why am I feeling this way? What's going on? Why did I just say that? And writing those thoughts out, and then looking at that as though you're observing something from the outside, as though you didn't write it. Like, let's just get real here. I'll write down some things that's going on, and then I'll look at that as though I'm a teacher, a coach to me. And I'll go, well, why do you think that? Why did you write that down? You are worth that promotion. You are worth that income. No one is taking anything away from you. You're only doing it to yourself. And that gives you back your power. And that's what I love about life. We are all powerful. We have within us everything that we need, all the tools that we need, the knowledge that we need. And yeah, we're learning all the time, but it's in there and it's ready to be awakened. And we hear this all the time. So getting over yourself is a good thing. What it does is it causes a jolt. I've had so many people tell me, I was so mad at you, Pam, for 6 months. You told me to get over myself, and I was just pissed. And I'm like, okay, so then what happened? They said, then I realized I had to get over myself. I was limiting myself in what I wanted. And I realized it wasn't anyone outside of me. It's not your customers. It's not your downline. It's not your CEO. It's not your boss. It's you. It's not your kids. It's not your spouse. It's not your friends. It's not your mom. It's not your dad. It is you. We all get bombarded every single day with people that don't believe in what we're doing or believe in who we are or even believe in our product. We get that. Everyone gets that. So some get over it and some don't, and they stay stuck. I don't want you to stay stuck. I want you to get over this. So I'll tell you, every single one of you listening right now, I'm going to say it to you. I'm going to say, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Just get over it. Write it down. What do you believe is holding you back? And then set back and take a look at that and say, is this true about me? Is this really, really true? And it's not. None of it is. It's just self-limiting beliefs, things that somebody said to you maybe when you were 3 years old or 5 years old, and you just bought into it and you continue to regurgitate that. You're not even aware that you're doing it. Sometimes, let's say you're driving down the road and you see a blue car. And you used to date somebody that had a blue car. Well, you see the blue car, and then all of those memories come up, and they could be good or they could be bad, and they come up, and you're right back in that space again, as though it were 20 years ago. Where does that take you? Sometimes not down the right road. Sometimes you're lost in it for days. Well, wake up quickly when that starts to happen. A customer can say no to you. A potential customer can actually say no. And you don't know what happened up until that moment that they said no. They could have been having a really bad day. They could be broke. They could be not interested at all at this point in their life, period. End of story. But you hear the no and you take it personally. And then the next thing you know, you're down a rabbit hole. You're down this path of wrong thinking. And you don't even know how you got there other than that took you there. And it took you out of the game of life and the game of building that business that you want. Just that one comment, which when in hindsight, when you look at that, that's ridiculous. You should almost be laughing at yourself right now, which is what I do. I just like, Pam, that's ridiculous. Why are you even thinking that? It's not true about you. That is a past belief, something that someone instilled in you. Like, for instance, I love my family. It is a great family. But there were some things that came up in my family as I was growing up that my mom and dad did based on their life, based on what they learned, what they observed as they were growing up. And it kind of passed on and filtered to them. Well, these are things that looking at them, I don't want to be like. And there are things that looking at them, I do want to be like. And I get to choose that. I don't have to be that person. I don't have to be like that. I can be like this, and I can choose my own thoughts. So get over yourself. And what does that mean to you? Start writing down. What does that mean to me? Get over yourself. What do I need to get over? And some of those things can be such as, I'm not good enough. I don't feel worthy. What does that mean anyway? I don't feel worthy. Who stipulates worthiness? Who has the right to say whether you're worthy or unworthy? No one. No one has the right to say that to you. Not even you to you. Everyone is worthy of everything. You don't come up in this world and say, okay, that one can have all the money and that one can't. Who does that? We do that to ourselves. We can all have it all. There is enough abundance in this world for everyone to live in the home that they want, drive the car that they want, be able to give back what they want to be able to give back, purchase anything that they want, live the life that they want. No one is out there saying, you can't do that. And if they're saying it, they're limiting themselves. And if you're believing that, you're limiting you. No one has the right to tell you that. Think about it. That's actually hysterical. Oh, you can't have that. You're not worthy? Really? I think not. I am worthy. We are all worthy. That really is something that we really need to set up and take notice of. Why are we buying into that? Why? It's just past beliefs, something that someone said to you. They could have said, you're just not smart enough. Well, if a teacher said that to you, think about it. What kind of place was that teacher in? Thomas Edison's mom got a note from his teacher, and it said that he could no longer be in their classroom because he wasn't smart enough. And so she got the note, and Thomas was sitting there, and she decided to read him something different. She read to him, which he thought was off the note, that he was too smart to be in her class and that she could no longer teach him, that his mom needed to do that. And so his mom started homeschooling him. And do you know, after she died, and we know how brilliant he is, he found the note and read it and just could not believe it. He just sat back in disbelief and thinking that my mother believed that much in me. She knew how brilliant I was, and she didn't listen to the teachers. Wow, that is so powerful. So I'm going to tell you, each one of you, how powerful you are, how brilliant you are, and that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And how do I know this? You've done it. Think about what you've done. Think about something that you put your mind to. For instance, working out. I just saw the movie, I Am Pretty. We were coming back from our trip from Africa, and there's not a whole lot of movies to choose from. So I saw a couple, but Debbie said, all right, Pam, you need to watch I Am Pretty. There's a lot of little things in there that really can get our mind thinking. And I loved watching it because here she is, Amy Schuler. She is going to the gym for the first time, and it's a spin class. And so she gets on the bike and she hurts herself in the worst possible place. And she walks out, she's struggling walking, but she continues to go back. And that's exercising. That's how I did it. I suddenly we're going to have this grandson, and I wanted to be able to get up off the floor. I'm like, wow, I need some strength here. I need to be able to pick him up. I need to be able to get up off the floor. I need to start working out. So I joined a gym. I got a trainer, and I'm like, I just started. I've been in the gym before. It's not like I can't do this, but I started. Was I great at it in the beginning? She did a test on me. I failed in a big way. I mean, I didn't have any body strength, lower or upper. And we have worked on it. And I've got a new trainer now. I feel so powerful. I feel like I could do anything. But this has been 3 years in the making. So you can too. Just start. There's no magic to it. I'd still be at the same place 3 years ago if I hadn't started. And that's what we all need to do, is look at those beliefs that keep popping up, telling us we're not worthy, and not listening to them. And how do we not listen to them? Because here they come. What I choose to do is, if a thought like that comes up, I tend to watch it. I just don't fight it, because the more I fight anything, it seems like the stronger it gets. And that's pretty much true in life. Here it comes again, even stronger. So what I do is I listen to that thought. I don't fight it. I kind of look at it like it's a cloud and let it go by, and replace it with what I want. And that has worked for me in my life for a couple of years now, because I don't want to go down that path of feeling bad about myself and untruths that's really not there. It was brought in by somebody else. Okay, so no one, including me, can change your mind. After all, it's your mind. However, if I can jolt you by saying, get over yourself, even if it makes you mad, it will make you think outside of that box that you've put yourself in. That box of self-limiting beliefs, that those thoughts of I'm not worthy. Every single thought counts that is going through that head of yours. So why don't you start being aware of that and stop being a victim of it? What do you want? And why do you want it? That should always be the question of the day. Now go ahead. We're going to get over ourselves, because I love watching you go after those brilliant dreams of yours. That's what I'm hoping for you, that you truly will take a look at what you're creating out there and deciding, is this really how I want to live my life? Is this really who I am? And some of it's great. And you want to keep creating that greatness. And some of it's not. And you want to replace it with what you want. Don't fight it. Don't try to battle it. Allow it to pass through. Let those emotions come up with it. A lot of times we're holding things in because we don't want to feel those emotions that go with those thoughts. One of the things that I do is, if a past thought comes up and it continues to come up, and it feels so bad, I let myself cry over it. I let myself release it. Think about a water, and they put a dam in, and they hold the water back. The water's constantly beating up against that dam. It wants to be released. It wants to flow. This is what happens with thoughts. They want to be released. They want to come up and they want to be released so that our bodies can flow, so that more fruitful thoughts come in, better thoughts can come in and be replaced by those awful thoughts. So why don't we do that? Why don't we let those thoughts well up within us? Why don't we let them come through? Go ahead, feel them. Feel every aspect of them. Say, that hurt. When she said that, that hurt. That really hurt. That, you know what? That hurt. that really bothered me. And cry about it and get over it. And get over it and let it be released. Let it flow outside of you. It's so amazing when we do that instead of holding everything in, which can cause dis-ease. So much dis-ease when we hold it in. I don't want that for you. I want you to walk away from this beautiful podcast, what we're having here today, and knowing that you can have the life of your dreams, that you can be, do, and have anything you want in life if you're willing to release these thoughts, replace them with what you want, and start living your life. Start. Don't wait for the answers to come. Don't wait for the guru to come. There's no such thing. Don't wait for the magic pixie dust. Don't wait for the right video. Don't wait for the right book. Don't wait for the right moment. Don't wait for the right potential customer. Go. Just start. Get started on your life today. I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Pam Souter Podcast. Be sure to check out my website at pamsouter.com. There you can get inspired, listen to more podcasts, read and submit Ask Pam questions that could be featured on an upcoming podcast episode. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And as always, much love and appreciation.